Good morning. It's a little of that and a little of this. And today, looking at the news, I gotta tell you, this has been the candy of day of news. I mean, it's like Candyland, and I'm all excited about it because today we're not doing a little of that. We're gonna do a little of the side step and do a little of this because this is just I'm like surprised. I am better than surprised. I am like watching the news and watching idiots going protesting, walking up and down the streets all over the place with little signs saying, Donald Trump, show your taxes. Donald Trump, show your taxes. We've got Hollywood elites saying this. We've got sport jocks saying this. We've got Washington, D.C. saying this. But yet, these people have not paid their taxes. But yet, they're bitching about Donald Trump's taxes. So let's just go to the taxes for everybody across the board. Okay, the people bitching in Hollywood, shut your mouth, John Travolta. You have not paid taxes at all, and you still owe. Okay, let's go to Nicolas Cage. When's the last time you paid your taxes, and how much do you owe? Lindsay Lohan. Well, we all know. You steal in order to sell the product, in order to take the product to pay your back taxes. Is that how that works out? I mean, you were stealing so much and then using so much crack. I don't know which order you kept going in. Okay, so when are you going to pay your taxes, honey? And how much do you owe? Oh, Rodman, Martha Stewart, Al Sharpton. Dude, you go around causing more fucking havoc than anybody. You're on everybody's protest list. Your mouth has nothing more than bled out like Hillary Clinton's. I will buy you a box of Kotex. Okay? Just shut your mouth, Al Sharpton. How much money do you owe in taxes, and yet you're leading a march against Trump's taxes? Yep, you should be leading the toilet march for yourself and flush it down. Because you're ridiculous. Now, I don't see anybody marching on Ann Leibovitz and her owing taxes. I don't see anybody marching or protesting on that. But you'll all protest Trump's taxes. You'll all get in line and carry a sign about his taxes. But nobody's getting in line to protest these people. No, because they're all famous and they're movie stars and they're jocks. And God forbid if they paid their share of taxes. Why should they have to pay? Nah, you know what? Middle class will do that for you. Because middle class even pays for, hell, everybody in the fucking White House. They've got tax loopholes across the board. And yet they're all bitching about the taxes. I love the game. Let's see, what was it, McCain? Funny money and the taxes for his charity that he didn't quite pay? Yeah. All bitching about Donald Trump's not seeing his taxes. Let's just jump from that to the welfare. This is fun. This is really fucking irritating me. Y'all are bitching about everything Donald Trump is doing. And you're all whining and crying because guess what? Hillary Clinton didn't win and you're not getting it for free because now you gotta get off your lazy ass and get a job. Oops. What a horrible thought, including the Muslims. But they feel they don't have to work in the United States because they're above that. They feel that they are not subservient to working like everybody else. They're special. Special in whose world? Obama's? Well, guess what? Obama is gone and so is going to be your food stamps, your housing, and your cash assistance. Because if you really want to go there, 91.4% Muslim, 4 wives, 23 kids. That's right, in Michigan. Look it up, people. You all are bitching about taxes. You all are bitching about wanting to see Donald Trump's taxes. But you aren't bitching about the taxes that you are paying for a Muslim family to sit down with 4 wives and 23 fucking kids. You will bitch about the stupid shit, but you won't bitch about the real shit. Now, how much of your tax-paying money that goes to your household, take home $360, take out FICA, take out Medicaid, take out your state tax and city tax, take all that crap out and you're left with what? On your paycheck. But you want to bitch about taxes and what Donald Trump's taxes are. I could give two shits about his fucking taxes. You know why? The man is rich. He's done something right. Obviously, he wouldn't be rich if he wasn't. But you know what? You're all bitching and moaning about something that you're not bitching about in the right place. You got the right concept. You want to bitch and moan. Okay, then bitch and moan. How much of your taxes are going for a person on Section 8 with 23 kids and 4 wives? That's a Muslim family. That does not include the 68% housing, HUD housing. You know, the housing that Fannie Mae, the list was supposed to be released, but never got released. Why? Because Obama was stealing in and sneaking in more Muslims and giving up them houses up to the Muslims in their family. But y'all want to bitch. You're not bitching. You're just being babies. Because you're not going to get the fucking free ride that Hillary Clinton promised you. Now, let's really go to from the welfare and how much of your taxes are paying for the child support or for the children in the house. That includes your child's free lunch and your child's free breakfast at school because it's going to a Muslim family. But you want to bitch about taxes. Let's bitch about this now. Let's go into, while we're at the welfare department, let's go into the woman who just took an iron and burnt her child. Lady, it's the reason foster care is out there. Because of you, you have made more of a mess by adding your child to the mix of foster care if your family members don't step up. Do you know why? Psychotropics are welfare's best fucking friend. The pharmaceutical company that Hillary Clinton and Obama and all of everybody on the Hill has stocks in, you are paying for that also. Because this woman now is going to lose custody of her child. She will go to jail. If family members don't step up for this child, guess what? The state will. Now the state will take your child and put them up on psychotropic drugs. Why? Because the child is depressed. Why is the child depressed? It's just been ripped out of its environment, its home, its natural state of mind. And now thrown into a whole new world of what? Psychotropic drugs, because foster parents don't want to deal with your kid that you just burnt with an iron because you made a poor choice of being a parent. So now everybody's taxes are going to pay for that in the long run. Who is going to pay for the child's hospitalization now? Now, who is going to pay for the burn marks of that child and the scar it's going to leave behind? Now, let's go to the mental part of it. Yeah, psychotropic drugs. They're all over. They're foster care and welfare system's favorite little drug to hand out. That is like Candyland. You remember those Zippo things where you got the candy Pez toys where it flipped out a toy? It flipped out a piece of candy at you, and you put the head back, and you get to go on your merry way. Well, let's just put it this way. If you think M&M's has got a market, ain't got shit on psychotropic drugs, especially in the foster care system, including other places. But we'll leave those places nameless. But now we have a stupid bimbo who is going to take how much money of taxpayers' money to sit in jail because she physically harmed our child? Now, who's going to be there psychologically for the child because, A, somebody he trusted and loved just physically hurt him, harmed him, her, and what? Caused pain? Because this woman was all upset, bent, and pissed off, or whatever her issue was, this gave her the right to burn her child. This is not disciplining. This is why people have their children taken away. Because we got idiots like her walking around thinking, it's okay, I'm going to discipline my child in any way I see fit. But now you take the welfare system, they don't understand what's going on, and sometimes they just take whatever they want and walk out and leave the rest hanging. Well, in this case, now you'll understand why. Because we got stupid bitches out here doing stupid shit to their kids and thinking it's a free fucking pass. Lady, what is wrong with you? I would love to see somebody take a hot iron to your face. Because as far as I'm concerned, you deserve whatever the hell you get. Now, let's go back to the suicide factors in foster care now. Let's do that. Let's just go there for a moment or two. Suicide factors in foster care systems has doubled and tripled. Why? Because the psychotropic drugs are being taken away as they get older. They're being left out here with no supervision or anybody to guide them or talk to them. So guess what? They run to this nearest street drugs. That's taken away. And guess what? That child is in a dark corner one day in an alley or someplace off, and there is no reason to live, so they off themselves. Y'all are bitching about taxes of Donald Trump's, not why don't we see it. My question is, why aren't you fucking bitching about the children that are dying in Pizzagate and in welfare? Why aren't you bitching about the fact that the Muslims are sitting on your money in your neighborhood? Then also bitching because food stamps won't allow them to have certain foods and we got to change our ways? People, I'm going to be honest and straight up with you. Be grateful you got something. Be grateful you got to be here. Be grateful you got food stamps. You could be with nothing like the military man laying on the corner with his damn dog. You Muslims are not entitled to shit in America. Get a job, get real, and get a life. As for the foster care system, you are the reasons we are so fucked up. As for the Pope, guess what? You guys are the biggest fucking hypocrites walking around. I am sick and tired of hearing about Donald Trump's fucking taxes. I am sick and tired of hearing the Pope open his mouth saying, be more kind, be more generous. Dude, why don't you clean your house with your pedophile priests who are trafficking children, molesting children? Why don't you clean your house first, Mr. Pope, and then worry about the White House and the rest of the planet later on? Right now, you have no reason to talk. And as for the charities, you want to bitch about your funding being cut? Well, why don't you figure out where you're screwing your money over at and how you're spending it? Because I can tell you one thing, you charities, you're not spending it in the right place. You're spending it in your own damn pocket with your own damn bullshit. Y'all want to bitch and moan? Find something truly to bitch and moan about. Donald Trump's taxes? Are you for real? There are companies out there that are taking our jobs. There are companies out there that are forcing our children on drugs. There are people out there who are not your friend. And big pharmaceutical companies is nobody's friend. Whether you're a senior citizen, whether you're an adult in the Middle Ages or whatever age, pharmaceutical companies are not our friend. So if you want to bitch about something, why don't you bitch about the fact that they're getting rich off of us? Why don't you bitch about the fact of the insurance companies? You want to bitch? Find something truly, honestly, a cause to bitch about. But Donald Trump's taxes? Really? I think it's ridiculous. I think it's pathetic. And I think it's desperate that the Democrats are trying to take the focus up off what is really going on. You want your Donald Trump taxes? Well, when you elites pay your taxes, then we can discuss Donald Trump's taxes. Until that point in time, guess what? He wasn't a born and bred politician and groomed to lie and bullshit. So all you people who want to sit and bitch about Trump cleaning house, well, I hope he cleans it a whole lot more. Because I'm sorry, the corners that are in the dark shadows need to have a little bit of light shine on them. I mean, look, how much money did Ben Carson find in the public housing matter? Wow, ill-allocated money all over the place. Nobody's bitching and marching on that. Nope. You all can sit and bitch and march. How are you paying your bills, by the way? Who's paying you to do all this rioting? Because I gotta tell you, if I was your boss and you were telling me you weren't coming in, I'd be like, that's a good idea. Guess what? Don't waste your time. I'll hire somebody who wants the job, and I'll make it an American I hire. So, want to bitch and moan about some things, people? Why don't you bitch and moan about the things that really matter? Like, how much is a Muslim family taking home in your taxes in cash and spending it and sending it overseas? And how much of their food stamps are they spending on stupid shit that could be feeding your kid tonight? Or that could be going to your house payment? Or that could be going to the purchase of your car? Or that could be going to the purchase of your medication? Or, how about this? The money could be used to take it from Common Core to regular classes that we used to have in school where our kids went and learned history, math, reading, English, cooking, home ec. You know, those are real classes. Sitting in a class and listening to a bunch of people saying, I need a prayer room. No, Bibles can't be in the classrooms, neither can your prayer room. And as for the Muslims, I'm sorry, you have a prayer room in the job industry? I'm sorry, no, you don't. You work 8 hours like everybody else. After your 8 hours, do whatever the hell you want. Do what you want on your break, but then you get back to work. How much your taxpayers are paying for Muslims to be on break praying? How much of your taxes are going for all of this? And you want to bitch and moan about your taxes. Well, there are your taxes. Break it down, people. Hollywood and elites aren't paying, so we are, the middle class and lower class, we're picking up their tab. At least 25% of that. Now add on to the Muslims, add another 50% of that. Now add on whatever else, the jails, the prisons, the this, the that, the taxes, the Comcast, you know. Bill's normal $175 turns out to be $300. FPL bill turns out from $200 with a rate hike of $120. Do you see what I'm saying? You're bitching, but you're bitching about the wrong things. So the next time you want to go bitching about something, find out what you're bitching about first. You really want to bitch? Why don't you bitch about the fact that Obama brought all these people in this country and they're in our housing and they're in our governments, they're in our schools? Why don't you bitch about your taxes being spent that way? You want to bitch, go ahead and bitch. But find something to truly and honestly bitch about. And as for you TV stations, your rhetoric about almost going to the brink of war, Hawaii's getting set up, blah, 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 blah. You know what? Stop with the fear-mongering. Knock it off. The whole thing could be settled really simply if we'd all just give Donald Trump a freaking chance. Now, and the thing is that if you're not going to give somebody a chance, or you're not even willing to look at other ways of making money, that's fine. If you think you're entitled to sit on welfare, go ahead. That's your choice. You think you're entitled to Social Security disability and you're not an American, that's your choice. But understand, a true American who has paid their taxes, gone to school, did their diligent job that they were supposed to, and then all of a sudden, these immigrants are coming in and they're taking our jobs. Even the jobs we don't want, they're taking. So where do our children learn their moral base of learning how to work, learning a job skill, learning about our government, learning about taxes, learning about what their money goes to, learning that the Fed loan is not a government building that's supposed to be there. Federal loan has never been there. It's certain branches. It's Congress, it's Senate, and the government. Not these extra added on buildings and extra added on bullshits. Because every time they add an extra added bullshit on, like so-called government agency of highway building. Well, I'm sorry. I don't need somebody up in Washington, D.C. who does not know a damn thing about highway building, does not live in Michigan, does not understand the logistics of how it's being neglected. They're not there. They can estimate, guesstimate, do whatever they want. But when they don't send the money down to the states, and the states have got to make up for it by taxing us, guess what? You can thank Obama that. Because guess what? That public housing, somebody's got to pay for it. Them food stamps, somebody's got to pay for that. Your child sitting in school who is not eating breakfast or lunch, but a Muslim child is. Immigrant child is, but your child isn't. Do you know how many people go home hungry at night knowing they're not getting that breakfast or that lunch or that dinner? Because we have people living on this program who think they're entitled to live on it. No, it's a helping hand. Here's your hand. Here's your help up. Now give back to society and return it. Pass it on. No, you don't want to pass it on. What you want to do is start fires, marching, fighting, and having the employers have to find new people to replace your happy asses because you're too broken-hearted that you're not seeing Trump's taxes. Or you're too tired and you're in school and people are paying for you to be in school with their taxes and you're all upset because I can't go to class. I have to get a job. Donald Trump isn't playing fair. Excuse me. I didn't know it was a game of what is fair and what's not fair. What's not fair is for everybody else to pick up the taxes for people who are not supposed to be legally here. Not fair to pick up the taxes for you to live in the public housing or food stamps and cash assistance and Medicaid and medical assistance. I'm sorry, not for you. So when you go to bitch about taxes, make sure you know what the hell you're bitching about, because I gotta tell you, you're all bitching in the wrong direction. So if you don't get to see Donald Trump's taxes, how about you go focus on where your money is being spent?